All right, we're gonna start mounting the joist now. Make sure you go over here, click our playlist. We're doing a 14x14 edition, and maybe you wanna see what it takes to build something like this. So make sure you follow along. On your end caps, basically, you're gonna have to use a concealed bracket, and you have to put this on before you put your 2x on. So what I did is I just used our scrap piece right here. I put it on, roughly marked where it would sit with the bottom of this. And then I went ahead and screwed one screw in there in place, making sure it fit again perfectly. And then what I'm gonna do now is just nail it in and secure this nice and tight. One other thing to consider when cutting your first joist is that this is a 1/16 of an inch thick. So just make sure you take that off to make sure it's all square on the other side. All right, guys, so I wasn't initially planning on doubling these up, but I doubled them up, so I'm 3 boards short. I have 1 more joist to put in once I go to the store, and then the double end on the cap. Basically went ahead and put these hurricane ties in here. Probably could have used shorter nails. Not super worried. It's not going to be, nobody's really going to be under there, so that should be fine. Now what I'm going to do right now is throw in the joist hangers. Definitely do these afterwards because you'll have a variance of heights on your floor, so make sure you do it after. All right, guys, so my delivery today is coming in with the extra boards, the 3 extra boards that I needed to finish this frame on the bottom. Right now, I'm gonna start blocking the whole thing, and then we'll finish it off on the other stuff after we install that. But what I went ahead and did was measured 2 lines basically in the middle of the span where we're gonna block, and then we'll just offset every other one. Makes it a little bit easier to nail, unless you want to toenail everything. So let's get to it. If you're 16 on center, it's going to be 14.5 blocking besides your little wonky ones. So getting those cut out right now, and then we'll get that in. All right, so I just got this nice and in line here, just waiting on the last 2. Of course, since it's a double edge, it's gonna be a little bit shorter, so I've just subtracted that. When we get this in, this is gonna make your deck way more sturdy. If you've walked on this without your blocking in there, it's kind of shaky, but now it's pretty darn sturdy. And this is what you're gonna want, either in a deck or the addition like we're doing. In preparation for the wood coming, what I'm going to do now is just hang all these joist hangers on the end for the cap basically there, and then I'll just get everything into place. That way when it gets here, we can tie it all together, and then we can get started on our flooring. All right, guys, we just got our lumber in, so let's get this last joist cut, hung, and then blocked. right, so I just went over here and I snapped a string line from one end to the other, and then there's a few that were a little bit long, so we're gonna cut those real fast just using the circular saw. Getting the plug-in one because battery going through these 2x10s, BT will get ripped up. All right, so what I just did was put a piece over here so I could have it hold there, and then I'll tack this piece in, remove that, make sure it's all flush. All right, guys, that wraps up the base framing on this. Make sure you go over here, click our playlist. We're doing a 14x14 edition, and maybe you want to see what it takes to build something like this. So make sure you follow along. So we've laid 3 boards down so far. This is gonna be a partial. Instead of cutting over there, we're gonna just put it up. We're gonna tack it in place, and then I'll snap a string line, and then we'll cut it off. So it's perfect, right on the edge of that, that ledge right there, basically.